This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to my video taking a look at the Firestar Toys, just in general Star Wars figures I got. Mainly this is EU characters, plus animation and Ahsoka ones. Probably put, I don't know how exactly I'm going to title this, but be something around that. And taking a look at the figures, and first look at this poster that came with as a May 4th promo. And this is for the Max Rebo band. Didn't translate this yet, but I'll probably just toss up text words translation if I did manage to get it. But we have Max Rebo, Sice Noodles, and of course the legendary Droopy McCool. And this poster, I mean, it's a nice poster. It's fun. I'm assuming that this down here says the Max Rebo band. And then I don't know what this would say up here, but again, if I did translate it, I'd toss it up there. Now to take a look at pieces, there is this Mandalorian banner, which also was included as a May 4th promo to give you some random faction banner. The one I got was Mandalorian ones, and I don't know, I felt like it was most likely going to be a Mandalorian one. Well, I would have rather had either Republic, Imperial, or maybe even Jedi. But still, Mandalorian's cool and nice to have. Final May 4th promo I got. And I know this is probably coming out end of July, beginning of August, but my thing came in at the beginning of July, and I was separating these out for 1 week. This is I played Picard from Star Trek. And he's frozen in carbonite. That was what you got for free. And something I really wouldn't have bought on my own because I'm not really a Star Trek fan. But it's cool to have him there. This is based on the design for the ones that showed up in the Razor Crest. And the one I did want to get was George Lucas frozen in carbonite. Just a very funny thing to have, and looks cool to have that. Backside's completely blank, but yeah, it's a nice thing to have. Now take a look at upgraded figures. Here's the ones that only have slight modifications. I gave Ahsoka gray cloak for her earlier appearances where she's Ahsoka the Gray. But yeah, she just has this cloak on and attaches to her arms to give her a little more detailed look. Other side we have Ahsoka the white, and she has a lighter gray piece attached to that. Yeah, honestly, it looks like a nice upgrade. I kind of lost the lightsaber here, so still need to find that. It was launched off and just have not had any luck looking in it. And I have a figure I probably will never show off again because I don't remember what set this was for. Maybe the Bounty Hunter ship. I also lost a hairpiece for it, but I just got a normal head print for Aura Singh. And yeah, see, it's just a nice upgrade, giving her regular eyes, not the Clone Wars one, so she can fit in better with other figures. The exact same thing I did for another figure, which I'll show off just after this one. And this one was a mistake in my order. I meant to get the arms for Sabine from Ahsoka, not Sabine from Rebels. But so it looks nice on her. And those Sabine arms are currently sold out when I recorded this, so don't know when I'll be getting those. But I finally did the exact same thing for Shakti. And Shakti, with her many deaths, is of course a very famous Star Wars joke. She has a more neutral expression on one side, and popping that off and going to the back side. More shocked expression, probably for one of her many, many, many deaths. Whether it is in the deleted Revenge of the Sith scene where she's killed by Grievous, the deleted Revenge of the Sith scene where she's killed by Anakin, the Force Unleashed boss fight where she jumps into a Sarlacc after losing a fight to Starkiller, or in the Vision of the Future that Yoda gets in Clone Wars where he sees her killed by Anakin, or in the Revenge of the Sith novelization. Most likely, I think it also appears in the Revenge of the Sith game. I can't remember that also. But yeah, she dies a lot. So who knows? Maybe even that Jedi from the Bad Batch, I think, might have been her. They see on Camino. Okay, so now looking at the next figure I have, we have Admiral Arulani of the Chiss Ascendancy, and only got the head for her and built out the rest of her. I couldn't find any of the blue hands when I was doing Bricklink orders, and I didn't want to pay a bunch for another Thrawn figure at the time. So for now, I just kept these gray hands on from this Hoth ATST pilot. I also kept the little leg design there and swapped it over to white legs. She has a pretty simple white uniform, so that was the best one I could find. This head does have a double-sided prints, and then the hair piece was also used on the... Well, I can think of the first is that vampire from Dungeons & Dragons that I used a few weeks ago for the Morgoth figure. But yeah, it's nice to have her. She is a pretty big part of Outbound Flight, the novel, which is her first appearance, and has a very, very major role in the Ascendancy trilogy from Timothy Zahn. So it's always great to have characters like that, and she looks pretty cool to have. Next, we have fully upgraded figures, besides one which does use official pieces, but look for to have them like this. And you know what? Yeah, I'll do him next. This is I've never remembered his first name, but his last name was Jax. He's one of the Royal Guards from Crimson Empire. He has this more elite Royal Guard look, a nice dual-sided cape, and he looks cool. He has two head designs, one more angry and one a little more kind of confused. He has his staff piece and just an official Royal Guard helmet. You can go swap around to have him in his Royal Guard look. He also has printed arm designs. And yeah, honestly, looks pretty cool. And I haven't read these comics yet. And we'll mention that a few months ago when I showed his Black Series figure off. But still wanted to update you on that. Going to this side, we have Dash Rendar from Shadows of the Empire. And which also made Shizor. But looks pretty cool. He has a lot of details on him. Has that, wherever that piece is supposed to be, smile on one side, or angry expression on the other. And yeah, it's cool to have another classic EU figure in here. Yeah, it's really nice to have him. Next, we have Yasana Isard. She's the main antagonist of the first 4 X-Wing novels. And technically, I remember them mentioning when I was reading through the novels a few weeks ago from when I'm recording this, about a month and a few weeks ago from when this video was going live, that she doesn't have the rank plaque on when she's first introduced. But so she looks pretty good. She has this one data pad which they just show off with her. She also has decent printing going down to these dual molded legs. These are not the ones, at least initially from the Clone Trooper one. They may Lego may officially reuse them. Don't know where their other ones are from, but this figure existed before those Clone Troopers did. I remember seeing her. I was looking at her for a while. She also has her iconic blue and red eyes. One has a smile. Other, her being way more angry. and her hair has small streaks of white, which she does have in the novels. But now to move on to some of the crazier ones. Next, definitely want to get some because of her appearance. Well, technically a potential appearance because it hasn't been officially confirmed yet, unless it's been confirmed the last few weeks for a Maul Shadow Lord, which is Darth Talon. This is based off of her definitely more memorable look, not the more covered up one for Maul Shadow Lord, but has this custom printed head with all her tattoos on it. This torso is from, I don't know what the character's name is, but some character from Nexo Knights, and then it's supposed to be armor, but it has the small little red areas popping out because she does have a small gap in her armor towards the bottom. It helps represent that. And yeah, honestly, probably could have found printed arms, but I think the only ones I could think of are from the Darth Maul from that Clone Wars set, and that's a pretty expensive figure, so would not want to get one of those. But yeah, honestly, she looks pretty good. Just as I wish I had printed arms for the side. But the only piece for her is the Firestar Toys head, which they created as a custom molded piece. Now to move on to honestly my favorite one that came out on May 4th, and that is HK-47. Absolutely love this guy. He's just an icon in Star Wars novels. Custom molded head. Well, only times I really think if Firestar Toys fully doing that. They did do it here, but it's close enough to a minifigure head. This one is, it just looks incredible. Captures HK super, super well. Printing all around him, sides of the legs. And yeah, honestly, HK just looks incredible. He's got a little antenna coming out. And I absolutely love him. Do hope that they also do Karth eventually, because whenever I play KOTOR, my party mainly consists of obviously Revan, because he's always there. But then also I have Karth with me, Karth and Bastila, until we lose Bastila, and then usually I'll toss in HK-47 because I just love the character that much. And yeah, finally move on to our last three. And I put these in the front because of their connection, being the Sith Triumphant. We first have Darth Sion, the Lord of Pain. He has this, which is teasing for Malachor 5. Didn't translate that. I'm gonna probably toss it on there on the screen. He has his very beat up face. Pretty detailed looking all around, and yeah, honestly, it just looks really, really cool as his lightsaber, and he's really nice. That's why I do like these posters. They are fun having this droid popping up around and giving information. Next one that definitely had my doubts on when I looked at him online, but it was a 3-pack of the Sith Triumphant, and I was like, well, if I get 2, I'll get 3. We have Darth Nihilus, Lord of Hunger. And here's the menu. We're talking about all the stuff you could get. And yeah, honestly, it is like Force of Entire Planet. That's fine. I didn't really read this yet. But it's not focusing on it's had a problem with the one of the Andor one also. Porg wings, clawfish, and bantha steak. But yeah, honestly, it's a pretty fun thing. He also has his lightsaber. It's just really awesome looking cape, simple robes, and if I could remove it easily enough, because it's hard to get the Mask of Nihilus out without the head. He does have a head under. Very faint to see, but he has his eyes and his mouth. And it's just honestly an incredible looking piece. I said, I was a little doubting it when I looked at it on the website, but after seeing it in person, it just looks so much better. You kind of see the eyes and the mouth in there, but it's really, really hard to see. But yeah, honestly, really glad I have Nihilus. Such an iconic villain, and really, really love him. And of course, we have Darth Treya, Lord of Betrayal, and she has a few things. She has Sith Happens, Philosophy is the Dark Side Explained by Counselor Kreia. And well, if you don't know, Kreia is Darth Treya. That game came out, what, like at least 20 years ago, so don't really feel like I need to put a spoiler warning in this. And something on the inside, the book says, "The Force, is it bad or is it good?" Of course, if you played KOTOR, you famously know her hand was cut off right at the beginning of the game, and this is just not going my way right now. You can take a look at her without her hand on. And then to recreate that iconic final fight at the end, you also have the two lightsabers, but really no way to go and hold them up. I'm going to try and design a way to have them held up around her, but don't really know how to do it yet. But for now, just to show her off so I don't lose the hand, I'm going to put it back in. And really great printed, dual molded hood piece. Two sides. Definitely both are not being happy. And yeah, honestly, really cool to have her. Kreia is great to have, and now I have the antagonist of both Knights of the Republic 1 and 2. And yeah, honestly, cool to have her. And I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.